So Mark, what kind of Stoke City performance is needed against Blackburn Rovers on Wednesday?
Well, the data from the game, and people like it or they don't like it, but the data suggested that performance was the best one of the season. So in terms of the numbers, great. In terms of what we saw, it was much better. So really, that's got to be a benchmark from where we are, for where we are and for what we do moving forward. It's good that we're getting players back and close to where they need to be, but still there are challenges to be got over on a daily basis. So there are always challenges in management. It's never straightforward, it's never in a direct line. So the same will be this week. We've got 2 more games before an international break coming up, where a lot of our players are going to go away on international duty, and some will remain here and we'll be doing a block of training. So get ready for the last 8 games. We have 10 games to go, and we've got to start picking points up. So we know that the performance level was much better. So we've got to try and emulate that as much as possible.
You've talked about substitutes as being finishers. Are subs more important to games now than they've ever been?
I think they've always been important, but they are important, and to us especially because of where we're at with their availability and their ability to complete games. So there's a lot to be taken into consideration when I'm picking a team. It's not straightforward at all. And whilst there are things that I would want to do and I'd like to do very much, they're just not able to do that at the moment. So we've got to take that into consideration whenever I'm picking a team, and hopefully we can get that right and continue on the same trajectory that we've been on over the last few weeks.
What can you tell us about Ben Pearson's fitness after his injury on Saturday?
He's okay. He's all right. There was no damage to the hamstring. He's just had an issue from where he had surgery that needed to settle down. So he's had that dealt with, and hopefully he'll be available.
Are there any fresh injury concerns?
Nothing. No, nothing. We're as we were, so we can get on with selecting from the same pool of players, I think. We've got situations where players are close but not quite there. We've got players that are coming back from longer term injuries. We've got players that are starting to fatigue, and we've got to make sure that and a lot of that is a bit of guesswork as well. So which is never ideal, but you've got to have a bit of experience, but also the expertise from the medical team and also the players themselves to give you an indication and see where they're at, so we can work with them to maximise what we can get out of them for the rest of the season. We're working with the others to try and get them as close to full potential as possible, and it's not easy. There's a real balancing act to sort of achieve, and then from that perspective, the results and the performances, I should say, will and should improve and continue to improve.
Sam Gallagher said his goals on Saturday felt meaningless with being in a losing cause, but how important is it for his confidence?
Well, I think his confidence is good. I think he's an experienced player. He's obviously trying to get a bit of momentum going, and he's not been able to do that. So again, working with him and trying to navigate that is a challenge for him and for us, to be fair. But he's feeling pretty good. His body's feeling good. The goals he scored were outstanding goals anyway. He got into a really good position. Wouter Burger, the pass from Ali Al-Hamadi, the calmness where Wouter went round the defender and squared it, presence of mind, ability to do that for a tap-in. We were in good positions, but the second one was a great delivery from Millie, and he got on the end of that really well, finished that one. So his 2 goals can only help with confidence, but also it got us back into a game where we didn't really deserve to be 2 goals behind, especially with the way we started the game. I think losing Piero in that spell from about 15 minutes or so just sort of took us a little bit of time to settle down again. And by the time we'd settled down, we were 2 goals down from their first attack, for the first long throw-in, and the second attack that they had, where the shot on target goes in the goal. So from our point of view, it was disappointing, and but also knew that the way that we were playing, we could still have a positive impact on the game, and we almost got that. Never mind a draw, we would have deserved to win with Wouter Burger's back heel that sort of went into the ground and then over the bar. And had that gone in, it would have been. I don't think it would have been, or too many people would have been saying that we didn't deserve it, because we played and performed pretty much to the level that you expect every game, and that comes with a number of things. You're getting players back close to fitness. You've got players that are coming on and making an impact in a game, but the experience that's around the team now, and it does make a difference. But there are still elements in a game where we make really poor choices, poor decisions, and we've got to make sure we see games out a little bit better. But from my perspective, it was another starting point, but it can't be a false dawn. We've got to keep building on it.
Are you someone that sets points targets at the business end of the season, or simply a case of focusing on the next game?
I think we don't know exactly what we're going to need, but the points targets are there for everybody, and tomorrow night is a target. It's 3 points. So if that's what you mean, then yes, I set points targets. So we go into every game knowing that there are 3 points at stake. We've got to try and do our best to go and take those tomorrow against a really good team who are challenging for the playoffs this season. So from my point of view, I know roughly where we need to be and what we need to get from the last 10 games, and we've got to try and get those in as quickly as possible. But it's a tough league. Everybody knows that, and we've proved that this season, because we've not been good enough to pick those points up over a long period of time. And again, there are a lot of reasons for it. A lot of injuries, a lot of people that had they been available, we'd have been closer to getting performances that mean that you're going to pick the points up. But also we've got a lot of upheaval with the changes that we've had. So, I've been here now for 2 months, and we've got to make sure that we settle down as much as we possibly can with the players that we've got, manage them through this period, and achieve the points that we need.